passives. To help us talk about the grammar, let's watch a quick video in which I steal Emily's muffin.
What was that? Oh. What happened to my muffin?
Your muffin was stolen.
There's my muffin. How did you get there? What? What happened to my muffin?
A bite was taken out of your muffin. Your muffin was eaten.
Yep. By you.
What happened? I stole the muffin. I took a bite of the muffin. I ate the whole muffin. In these sentences, the subject is the person who is doing the action. We will call this the doer, the person doing the action. And the object, which is after the verb, is receiving the action. This is called active voice. I am the doer. The muffin is the receiver of my action. But in the video, you heard me say it differently. The muffin was stolen. A bite was taken. The whole muffin was eaten. This is the passive voice. In passive voice, the noun that is receiving the action moves to the subject position at the beginning of the sentence. Jake ate the muffin. This is active. The muffin was eaten by Jake. This is passive. Here's the doer. Jake. That's me. I'm Jake. We've switched the doer and the receiver. Now, let's look at the verb. Notice that now there are two words for the verb instead of just one. Now we have was, which is a form of the be verb, and eaten, the past participle, which I will call PP. Was is the past tense form of be because the original sentence, Jake ate the muffin, was in simple past tense. You can follow these 3 steps to change a sentence into passive voice. 1. Move the receiver to subject position. 2. Add be and the past participle. 3. You might add by and the doer. Try to change these sentences to passive voice. Start with the object or the receiver of the action. Move it to the subject position. Add the past tense of the be verb and the past participle. That's it. We can end the sentence here without saying who did the action. Or we can add this by phrase. The muffin was stolen by me. You need to use the object pronoun instead of the subject pronoun. Or by Jake if you are the one speaking. You can imagine why I don't want you to mention my name. Passive voice is useful if we don't know who did the action or if we don't want to say who did the action. Pause the video and try to answer the next one before I give you the answer. Jake took a bite of the muffin. A bite of the muffin was taken by Jake or by her. We can only use the passive for certain types of verbs. Look at this sentence. Something strange happened. Can we change this into passive voice? No, there is no object after the verb. This is called an intransitive verb because there is no object. Here are some other examples. I slept well last night. I lived there for a year. We can only use the passive voice if the verb is transitive. The child broke the lamp. Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. Someone robbed the bank. These verbs have objects. Pause the video for a moment and try to change these sentences into passive voice. The child broke the lamp. The lamp was broken. Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. The light bulb was invented by Thomas Edison. Someone robbed the bank. The bank was robbed. What about plural nouns? The child broke 2 lamps. Or, Thomas Edison invented many things. In the passive, the be verb must agree with the noun that is in subject position. 2 lamps were broken. Many things were invented. What about I taught you? The passive is you were taught. Be agrees with you. Remember, the active and the passive have the same meaning. They are just different ways of saying the same thing. Here we can see 3 good reasons to use passive voice. We've already talked about the first one, when we don't want someone to know who did the action. In the second example, we are changing the focus. The person is not important. The invention, in this case the light bulb, is more important. And finally, if we don't know who did the action. Now let's see if you can do the reverse. Here's a passive sentence. Passive voice was talked about today. Who did the action? I did. Do you remember my name? What's the active sentence? Jake talked about passive voice today. This video was watched by you. Who did the action? You did. You watched this video.